Hey, I'm gonna take you along for the ride for this week. So a day of, I'm gonna show you all the crazy things that I love doing. Come on. All right, it's probably not too often, you see a first sergeant out rummaging through the woods, pounding stakes in the ground, but I don't know if that makes me special, unique, or obsolete, man. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that piece out. But it is something that I love, and I'll tell this to you, friends. If you find yourself doing your day-to-day job and it's not something that you love, man, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. So I love what I do. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. But there are a few things that I love doing, and training is one of those things. So out here setting up a land nav course. I'm going to break here in a second, and then maybe I'll teach you a quick class on land nav. For a best word competition is what we're getting set up for. So I'm kind of excited. So let's go move on to the next point. Team, so quick land nav lesson, right? So this is going to apply to like 99% of every land nav course that you're going to encounter, at least in the Army, because they're all self-correcting, which means you can kind of cheat. But let's say this black point right here is where you are, right? That's a U. And you're going to go over here, right? And let's say that that's 800 meters in a straight line. You could plot, get your azimuth, get your distance and your direction, and then trudge out through 800 meters in a straight line. I would caution against that. Because let's say that there's a road, it's kind of a boundary road, if you will, right? And you're looking and you see this point right here, this little bend in the road. Right. Let me get this bit in better view here, right? You come and you can see this bend right here. What would be smarter or wiser to do, especially, man, this doesn't apply to everything, every road. Your situation is going to dictate based off of what you have in your area that you're working in. But if I went due east, I could pick up this road, right? And I could follow this road, and I'm gonna find myself bending over here to the east, right? And then I'm coming along to the west, and I could find this intersection right here. I can then go from this intersection to this point. It's probably only 100 meters. That you can do through the woods. Does that make sense? I'm gonna give you one more. Let's say you did try to go 800 meters in a straight line, and because you suck, you drifted off to the north. And you get to this point, it has a grid coordinate on it. So what I need you to do is plot that point on your map. See where you're at. And then shoot an azimuth from there to your point. Like, come on now. Think a little bit outside the box. You can do this. If you're interested in land navigation, then you need to go check out my other page, So Chromatic, man. Peel back the onion and let's get to this. Let's get smarter in the things that we should be good at. It freaking matters. Hey, good morning, team. What I'm going to share with you is kind of important, so I want you to pull up a seat and take a listen. And although I know this would apply equally to everybody, regardless of rank, grade, or position, who I'm really focusing in on are all of my non-commissioned officers out there. All you leaders out there, listen to me, friends. Team, if you're working for paycheck to paycheck, if you've lost your zeal, your passion, and your zest, if all it is a daily grind, man, I need you to take a step back and reevaluate what you're doing, because everything that you do has a lasting impact, not only on yourself and your well-being, but everybody to your left and to your right, especially those who are in your charge. For those who are just learning how to do Army. I need you, team. Take a pass, take a vacation, get off on the sticks, whatever it is that you need to do, and refine yourself and refine your purpose, because you have one. Until then, you stay stoked. So running behind a little bit for the day, so we'll try to stop by the DFAC, and then we got our leader development course going this week. So I'm gonna go over there. It's gonna kick back off at 09, and I gotta rush back to motor pool for formation. Can I do it all? I don't know. The defect kind of broke my heart because we didn't have smoothies this morning. I'm so spoiled. But it was awesome to be able to sit down and break some bread, or in this case some eggs, with one of the newer soldiers to my formation. So that was kind of good. Chit-chat a little bit about life and family and weekend and stuff. Of course, every time I'm at the DFAC, I'm gonna stop by the barracks. That was good too, because I was talking to another soldier who'd been with us for maybe just a few months. He was actually from Ghana, and he was reading a copy of the Quran in Arabic. And so I just had a conversation with him about being able to test and having some different opportunities that the military will provide, especially if you're proficient in different languages. So just a good little chit chat. Let's do this. There's a lot of things I don't do well, but I do try to get out and be present. These guys working, getting ready to load the trains up on the line, so we can get, it's all a matter of hurry up and wait. I'm kind of setting up a land navigation course out on TA-13 for the Best Warrior competition, right? And each point I'm naming after a Medal of Honor recipient. Does anybody know any by name? People who've received the Medal of Honor?
It's our first class, Jared Monty.
Monty? Does anybody know Monty's story? Absolutely crazy.
Master Sergeant Benavides.
Benavides? Oh, that dude is a legend, right? I think it'd probably be easy to argue that they understood, at least in that moment, a sense of duty, right? For sure. Well, how would you describe duty? It's an Army value, right? I mean, we should have a good understanding of what duty is. What do we think? Sometimes it's easy to misunderstand the value of our work or our mission, whatever it is for that particular day. Like if I'm not in a leadership role, if I'm not deployed, if I'm not doing my JOB at a particular location or time, that my sense of value to what I bring to the table is somehow degraded because I'm just a PFC or I'm not in that leadership role. That's an easy thing to let turn into a grind and just rinse and repeat, right? Rinse and repeat.
Selfless service program, which
There we go. Enter.
All right, so I just came from the promotion board, right? And that's our conversation next. And 3 out of the 4 soldiers who appeared left out with a no-go. Could have gone a lot better for a few of the folks, but hopefully it's a good lesson learned for them as well as for their sponsors and even for the me's, and myself included. Certainly learned something about my folks and things that I can do better for those who are in my charge after every board. And I think that's all part of the assessment that, man, we just got to do to continually get better. Don't assume that what got you here is what's going to get you there. Confirmation on the land nav course I'm setting up. I think it's a little too challenging. I think I know that it is. There are probably 2 points that I just need to move entirely. There's not enough features, I think, in the area where they are at for me to reasonably believe that somebody can find it. I'm gonna come out tomorrow and we're gonna see. All right, so just set a waypoint marker here right behind me with the orange tape. Maybe you can see my truck. It's down there on the road. So there's another point just kind of working down this ridge line, about 120 meters, and then another 120 meters. And so there's an intersection, major intersection, probably 450 meters to my east, which is that way. You can tell because there's exposure's not great, but there's a ball of sun coming up over there. So what I'm hoping is that folks will work their way to that intersection. They'll think smart. They're going to work their way to that intersection and they shoot an azimuth from that intersection. And so what this series of points should end up doing is proving that folks can plot an azimuth and get a distance and a direction, and then actually trust their compass and their pace count. Otherwise, they're going to move too far or too short, or a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right.
Defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic, to the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and to the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Whew. Man, I got some sweat equity on me now. So, last point is done. I've confirmed everything. We've done several rehearsals. Man, we're ready to get this thing going. This is definitely going to be the most challenging land navigation course that all these troopers have ever done. And maybe I'll see what I can do to do a land nav clinic here. See what we can work out. All right, so I said I'd update you guys. So I did just come out of the clothing and sales. I was able to pick up a new uniform with patrol cap, which I need another one, and a couple of patches, especially current, and then one of my old deployments, I picked up one of their patches and everything. I think it's gonna be back 128. So it's kind of horrible, but you know, whatever. I still I'll get it tailored, or not tailored, but I'll get everything sewn on eventually. It's probably gonna drop another, $25-30. I haven't had some stuff already prepped for it, so whatever, it is what it is. Also just ran into another soldier. I think it makes about 4 for this week. I don't know, I'm feeling kind of weird about all that. Stopped me walking out. He was walking in, talking about YouTube videos and everything. So I'm just glad. I'm just super stoked that the material is helping folks out there. If it's helping you, man, I that's what it's all about. Just doing what I can. So we're gonna get on with the rest of the day. Come on. Well, we're getting ready to go grab some chow, but hold on a second. All right, so I think that's looking a little bit better. Hey, man, it is one of those days. Have you ever had one? Let's go get some food.
Is genuine concern for their health and welfare.
I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers, peers, subordinates alike.
Second thing is, I went to the doc this week I went to the dentist, and he said I was getting old. And I was like, hey, come on, man. You're like the first doctor who's ever told me that. I didn't feel good. Anyway.
I think that's going to do it for the day. Just got back coming from the park, wearing Riggs' butt out. I think he needed it. I think we all need it some days, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you think it was good value added. If you did, make sure you like it. If you think somebody else may enjoy it, consider sharing it out with a battle buddy or friend or family member, whatever. Keep growing this community and making what we do a little bit gooder each and every single day. Appreciate all you guys. Man, he is shaking this car, isn't he? Riggs, you good to go? Man, appreciate it. Until then, keep grinding and you stay stoked.